also about our career choices based on our curiosity and our
Many times the
interest.
students got counsel and they came up with the
You
result.
just asked that what about competition? Like it increases the competition. Like it will be obvious that yes, I'm not the person out there only sitting
Who
out
is
there.
going to control it? That's why it is banned, it's strictly banned on,
So
in
we're
the
not
school.
bound with certain like walls altogether. We don't have walls to be bounded in. Like books used to just give us
Has
a
interest in games, then they are fully they enjoy involved in the games. They are we are the teacher, subject teacher. They are giving opportunity, full opportunity.
Good evening. We have two guests today. Meenal Singh, a senior teacher, and we have a brilliant champ, Rajar Singh. He got second position in CBSC in 10th standard. Now he is in 12th. Today our discussion goes around what are the changes we see in the education system when we are studying in schools, like me and Meenal, and now when our cousin Rajarsh is in school, and what are the changes in the mindset after the internet, after the new education system. Will our discussion revolve around this? So first we start from Meenal. Minal, what changes since you are teaching in senior grades? What are the changes you see when we are in schools and now the kind of change in the mentality of students, the IQ level, the brilliancy? What changes you saw in all these 20 years or 15 years?
Very true. I agree with your points, each and every point. But I would like to add on that these days students are super brilliant because they got lots of the things, resources. Internet is available there. Devices they are using, laptop they are using, tablets. Every child is having their own mobile, so they are quickly just one click is required. They have amazing resources.
Yes,
So
during
in the
our
hands
time,
of
we have shortage of information. We rely
right.
only on books for the information, and most of the times it's hard to access books. Either you go to library or buy your
Being a
own.
teacher,
But
it is
now
very
you
difficult.
can have access to any information in just one click. Carry
yes,
Right.
on.
obviously.
So this is the major thing which is happening, that teachers are struggling, that they have to how they can get the faith of the children, because they are super brilliant. They are just cross questioning the teacher. When the teacher is teaching, they have n number of queries, n number of questions regarding one particular topic. So teachers, they are also struggling simultaneously because they have to update themselves. So these are the requirements which the teacher have to do. If they are lagging behind, then definitely they will suffer. You have to be smart enough. In case of these things, I mean, the digital world, they have to very much update it. And if they are lacking, then they will not be in the mind, in the what we say to it, that in students, in a student's point of view, they are not good at all, not a good teacher at all. They consider in that.
Rajas, what do you think that these changes or information bombarding information increases more competition rather than no, it helps you. I mean, it helps you, but it helps everyone. So it increases competition, and the level of competition has gone up. Tell me some of your experiences, like you are preparing for IITs now.
So it's obvious that like we are getting a kind of a lot of information boom these days because of internet, as both of you mentioned. So we are getting a lot of extra freebies, like in terms of information, we are able to grasp a lot of things, even that's not in our syllabus there. So we are not bound with certain like walls altogether. We don't have walls to be bounded in. Like books used to just give us not an ample amount of knowledge, but it just constrains us to a small level. But this information boom has just like opened us to a whole new world altogether. And as you just asked that, what about competition? Like it increases the competition. Like it will be obvious that yes, I'm not the person out there only sitting out there to just take benefits from these things. Like there are many people out there that will get benefit. But then also there's one trick here that actually I want to mention, because internet is there, but it's not just providing out your beneficial things. It not just gives you educational benefits, but it's also actually it has opened a whole new world of distractions to students as well.
That
So
that that's what I want to ask.
hmm,
Internet, opened new options also. We at our time we have very limited options. Moreover, we are towards government jobs or few private jobs. But now internet
hmm,
had opened a wider options. You have a
hmm,
great mind, but you have wider options also. You have a lot of things to do. If you want to do
yeah,
in engineering, in medicals, and there are new fields also emerged. So, what
yeah,
do
like
you
social
think?
media influencing one of them.
No, no, it's not social media. Every field is on its top. Whether you want to do your business
Yeah,
or you want to go in space science, technology, or anything. It's like what internet did is it's open. I mean, it opened everybody a wider option to choose from for kids. I'm talking about.
yeah, it also pushes the boundaries for any every kind of particular fields that we are talking about, and it just makes the things very comfortable to use, as well as like it makes it more what you can say, like much more better than previously what we had previously. So yes,
Meenal,
that's-
Meenal, I want to ask you since I am not, in academics anymore. What are the changes in academics? I mean, in curriculum, books. I heard they launched new curriculum. I mean, from our times to now, there are a lot of changes in the books, curriculum, history books. What changes you find if you compare it with our
No,
time?
books are somewhere similar because I could myself recall the chapters, the things. But there are changes, undoubtedly. From next year onwards, there would be typically everything will be changed. And as far as 2020 policy, drastic change is there in the pattern system. Like they are removing the boards, there are bagless day introduced, there are inclusive education. So these things are introduced, which is making a drastic change in the schools or the any sort of institutions there. So these are the amazing changes for the they are providing holistic development of the student, the child. So definitely it is a change, amazing change in comparatively artists. So that's why the children are also doing miraculous. They are giving miraculous results,
I
unexpected
mean,
results.
what
I
about
think
the co-curricular activities? They increased co-curriculars in the new academic, or
Of
they
course.
decreased the co because
No, no,
I
no.
see.
It
I'm going to ask the same
increased.
question
No
to Rajesh
child,
also.
nobody is putting any pressure. No teacher, no other thing. Like if the teacher, student has interest in games, then they are fully they enjoy involved in the games. They are we are the teacher, subject teacher. They are giving opportunity, full opportunity to the child to go and play and just boost up their sports skills. And the child has interest in music or any other field like dance or other debate sort of thing. These days ethics bowl are there in our school, then debate competitions are there, then philately quiz and different mathematics sort of quiz every time conducts. So these are the things which give the child different fields to just improve and enhance their qualities and their skills. So they are
And
open as per their interest, as per their this thing.
does
It is there.
government introduce some new subjects also?
Right, physical education is there, AI is there. Lot many there are list
AI
of
is not during our times.
right.
What
The
about
most of
you, Rajesh?
this is
What,
habitual
what
subject.
extra subjects? What are your subjects? I mean, what extra subject you are studying? Like
so.
we used to study
Like
five
just
subjects.
yeah, just for context, I'm currently in class 12, so I have chosen five subjects only. So that's basically physics, chemistry, mathematics, and then I have English and Hindi, two languages. So I didn't
Do
opt it
you,
for an extra subject. That's why I
you
don't
have
have
option
something
to
known as.
opt for extra subject? Do you have options
Yeah,
to opt for?
actually, in CBSE, we don't have any limits to how many subjects we can take in. So they give you like if you want to take like six subjects, seven subjects, if you will be able to have study them all together, then it's okay. You can just have all of them together, right? So
But
simultaneously you can have seven subjects.
how a school will manage all those subjects? They have certain limits
Yeah,
of
so
subjects.
it also depends on your school, because like it's not just like taking that subject. It also depends on whether in which school you are. So typically if a school is like offering you some subjects, you can choose from those subjects only, right? If, let's say for example, my school was offering Hindi and physical education as the fifth subject, so I didn't had computer science or information technology to choose from. So it depends, like if you are in
Right.
school A, let's say, and if
Uh,
it has some
I would
teachers
like to
offering.
interrupt with Rajarshi, I would
Yeah,
like to
yeah,
interrupt
yeah, please.
because you mentioned that it depends on the school. In my school
uh,
also the same thing, because 2020 policy have given 100 or something. I couldn't recall the data exactly, but there are more than 100 skill subjects. So this is the
mm,
school who have to decide that which particular subject they are supporting, which they are inculcating in
yeah,
their school, right? So it
yeah, so
depends on
that's
the
why actually it depends on.
institution, school to school, and
Yeah.
institution to institution. It varies
Hmm.
that which particular subject they are favoring, they are
Mm.
And
inculcating,
And I
they are
also.
do
incorporating.
they choose any subjects which is not offered in school? They have this option.
No, no, you can't do that.
Which particular subject?
You, I mean, any subject. You just said that they have hundred of options. So if a kid has interest in certain subject like AI, for example, but AI is not available in school, so they don't go for AI.
Of course, that option is closed for that child, but that child can ask for, if he will go to the authority higher ups, and they will he will mention the interest regarding that particular then definitely they will bring. It is in their hand. If the child is not, no child is taking any interest in that particular, then why they will go? They keep the
And
subjects according to the interest of the inclination of the students.
one
Where
very
the
curious
child is.
question. One very curious question from Rajers. Rajers, what are the options a student want to pursue these days? What they want to become? Like in our times, we have doctors, engineers, and civil services. There are three options,
Hmm.
and few of them
Hmm.
go for business studies or do
Yeah, yeah.
MBA. What new options you think that of these days want to pursue career options after
Actually,
study?
so because of internet only, we have a lot of exposure nowadays. So we know about tons of fields to go in, like how to make money from them, and also about our career choices based on our curiosity and our interest for that matter. So actually, students and many of the kids out there, since there are a lot of podcasts that are going all together on internet and a lot of YouTube videos and so on and so forth. So our interest is kind of diversifying. So we are not left like what people used to do in like 10 years down the line, or not down the line, but actually before 10 years just. So they used to opt for engineering, maybe bio or whatever, doctorate, and civil servants also. Like if you go after graduation, they
Apart
they
from
would have
these,
opted
what new
for.
options they are? I
Yeah,
mean,
so civil
you're
servants. That's what
telling
I'm
me.
trying to say. So actually, these were like previous. This was a previous scenario. Nowadays, we are diversifying into like we are going into fields that were not even touched upon, like something known as social media influencing. Now, students also want to become scientists, researchers, typically because they want to follow up their passion, and they think that yes, we can do this in like in a world like this because we are exposed to different things. We know resources, what are the available resources we can use, and how we can do those things. So, scientist is a job, researchers are a job. A lot of them, social media influencing, vloggers we have like a lot of diverse options. Like the list goes on.
Okay, one more question, Meenal. Nowadays, you have online options. For coaching or tuitions, also you have online options. Even if you are sick, you can go for online options. So how these things changed whole scenario?
Of course, because as I'm doing these last 15 to 20 days continuous live stream I'm doing on YouTube. So what I found that students, you are not bound to any particular class, any particular student, right? Randomly those who are, I'm just sharing with the groups, those who are, I'm the part of the group, so I'm just randomly sharing with the group and all class, whether they are belongs to 10th class, 9th class, 11, although I'm not in any of the 11th class group, but these things are reaching to the students and they are taking step, they themselves are joining. So this way I can say it is means online platform is amazing for the students as well as for the teachers. If they have
Are
that
you taking
potentials,
any
then
online class, Rajat?
No, I don't take any online class. Like I have,
You
however, in
prefer
my
offline
coaching, like
studies only.
yeah, I prefer offline classes. Like it's more teacher
What
to
are the
teacher contact.
differences you find in online and offline class? Do you think online is a better option for students rather than going to a coaching institute, studying physically?
Like what is my perspective on this? I'll share my perspective that I think that having an offline interaction with the teacher like helps more than what you can have online. Like offline you can even talk to your teachers directly about some issues, or maybe if you are like want to have some conversations with them, and it just helps you make connects much better than online.
So
But
you can
then
do all
also
those
online
things
has,
online also.
yeah, but still it's very, like it's not very much human to human contact. Like humans from early ages are made to be social, and this mobile era just had came like in,
Psychologically, one didn't find
yeah,
it right
we were
or
not
very
trained to just,
satisfying. Proper word.
yeah, we were not trained to just sit in front of some screen and just talk to some people, on screen, that are just projections
Virtually.
altogether, not real people. Yeah, so we make a lot of bondings there when we talk or interact offline. But if I talk about just education, online is also a good option for students that, like, for distance learning students who are not actually in a good city, maybe who are in remote areas altogether, so
right,
they are not able
right.
to connect very well, go offline to a coaching center, maybe lack of amenities or something like that, so they can very well go to and achieve a much better level of education from what they are being offered in that particular area. So if you are that kind of student, then I believe online is much better than offline in that case scenario. But still, according to me, if you have amenities, then go for offline things. You will be able to make friends, you will be able to make some peer groups. That's also one of
And
the
we can
important points.
socialize.
Yeah, socialization is important, but let's talk about studies as well. Like I am currently like preparing for IIT, so I go in a coaching typically. So why have I chosen a offline coaching? Because if you just go to a coaching, you find some peers that are doing the same thing that you are doing, right?
We can
And you
discuss
have a
about
group all
it.
together. Yeah, you can discuss a lot of problems, you can discuss your personal problems, as well as like you can make group sessions and you can study there, you can learn in the group, we can uplift all of us all together, we can do teamwork. So all of these things are pros for offline coaching or offline studies altogether.
Now my next question is: I had seen kids of sixth grade or seventh grade using mobiles, using internet all the time. Meenal, what is your
Yes,
view
yes,
on this?
very true. Yes, I also found this thing because these days what I noticed that students are, they are involved. I don't know what sort of gossip they continue with. They sit at the back seat and they just involved in such a gossip. So I could relate it that they are somewhere distracted, because as much as you are putting effort, as you just want to motivate them towards the studies, but their distraction level is something different, right? So this is the age they get more distracted, and they are definitely, they are getting mobiles on the basis of this thing that I need to do work from the mobile, I need to watch this thing, that they have n number of reasons, right, to share their parents and somehow convince them for the mobiles, right? And after that they watch something irrelevant which they need not to. right? So these are the things which are big distraction between their studies,
So,
undoubtedly.
Rajesh, what do you think? Using internet, it should be in parental control. You can
Yeah.
use it only when you have your parents or somebody to take care of. Do you think is it good
Hmm.
policy?
I think for like starters, for students typically who are not mature enough, like if you are in, let's say, 10th standard, you don't have a very developed mature mind to just tackle out all these situations. So I believe a parental control at that particular stage is much over required, so that we don't distract a lot, and we are like in tune with our studies and in tune to our goal finally. And after that, when we learn to just handle up distractions or to just get rid of distractions a little bit, like a
I
little
mean,
bit of distractions are okay. Like 9 to 10 standard, you can have parental control if you want. So I believe after that, there's like a standstill altogether and you become more over stable. This is what my perspective is. If it's not required, then just don't hand over a mobile phone altogether to them, because at the end of the day you can't just let, or you can't just tell anybody to not use a mobile phone. Like students also, they spend like 6 hours in school, they're not going to use mobile phone there. Like even if they carry a mobile phone without their teacher's permission, on like most of the schools don't allow mobile phones, but still some students carry out mobile phones. But still
no,
after, like, let's
I
imagine.
have my opinion that if students were allowed to carry phones, not
Hmm,
internet phone, but at least communicable phones, so that if
hmm.
something happens, their parents can connect to them. There are a lot
Yeah,
of things
surely.
going on in world.
I
You
don't
don't
think so. If
security for
once
security reasons
every
and for
child
other
will
things.
start using
These
mobile,
days,
think
the
about it.
parents are super busy. They don't have time to watch over the
Ah,
kids. So,
But
mobile is very necessary.
but I
Carry
think
on.
schools are accountable enough to hold such responsibilities. Can be
Mobiles are.
happen 1 day or 2 day, so that can be managed.
No,
It is not
when I was in school, there are kids who
one
used
incident
to
one
bunk
day
classes
happened.
every single day, at least 2 to 3 days in a week, and their parents they don't know about it. Mobiles are, very helpful in these things,
but
at least to
but a
connect.
point to be noted here is, like, even if you have a mobile phone, let's imagine a student is there, goes there
You
in
can
school,
switch off
has
it.
a, yeah, they have a mobile phone, typically a small mobile phone, and they just bunk a class. Like, why they will tell their own parents that I've bunked my class, like, somehow, and they
But
can hear from the
but at
professor.
least
Where
their
they are
parents.
talking, what they are talking, how who is going to control them? If every
Yeah,
child
that's
is having in every hand there is a handset and they are misusing it in talking with a girlfriend, boyfriend, this and that, then who is going to control it? That's why it is banned, it's strictly banned in the schools. If somebody is strictly bringing the mobile and they caught red-handed, they will be punished. Their parents will be called to the school. So that is
My
this things.
Do you have psychologists in your in counselor in your school, and what they do? What kind of counseling they do?
All short of if the child is not behaving properly in the class, if they found that the child is distracting, if they found the child, why the child is after lots of effort, why the child is not getting how to study, why he is not scoring marks, then all short of child they get counseled, right? Even the teacher,
Do
if
you think
if
it
the
is?
teacher,
Do you think it is effective?
of course it is. After 2 or 3 sessions, there is definitely we saw many a times that there is a major change in that particular child who got counseled from the counselor. They used to keep the proper session that the child would call in that particular counseling room and sits with the counselor separately, and she talks all sort of. She try to find out what is the reason behind those factors. If suppose the child
so,
was
like,
very studious, he was scoring amazing marks, and suddenly the marks dropped down. So in that case, they need to try to find it out that is there something in the family, something wrong in the family, or in the school something is happening. 2 3 cases I saw that there they counsel. Like anything, one girl was there, so she was very, very studious, scoring amazing mark, but suddenly she got distracted. And when they pointed out after counseling, they got that she was just because of one boy he was taking in, he was distracting her continuously, approaching her. So that was the reason she was started. Uh, she was her punctuality got distracted. She was a 100% punctual child, but every second day, alternate days, she was absent. So these were the things. 2 3 times the students got counseled and they came up with the results.
Rajesh, do you have counselors in your school?
No, as of now, like not every school does have a counselor. So I don't. My school don't and doesn't have any counselors altogether. Like they're not present there. We don't have
What do
any posts.
you
Like
what
I
do
have,
you
I have
want to
a
do?
yeah. Just coming on to that question, but I have a curious question here to just about counselors only. Like they just do kind of like stressful counseling like these whatever you have talked about, like that is when a particular child is in like distress or maybe is not performing
No, no,
well,
no, no.
but
Not
do they like
stressful.
give
Not
yes like
stressful at all. They just they put the child in the comfort zone. They just win the trust or faith, and after that, after friendly or mutual,
no
conversation, they
like
find it out
sorry to
anyhow.
interrupt you
That's why
but
they need 3 4 sessions. That's why they require. They
okay
mention that
my
we
question
are ready to help you out, whether it is your family issue, whether it is your school, you are suffering in school or
Yes,
something,
in
child struggling.
society, lot of persons have lot of issues. I understand.
yeah
You want to
like
say
like
something?
what I wanted to ask was typically like do those counselors also counsel students on like about career options or about what career they can
Of
pursue
course,
or what do
if
they
the
like.
child is basically it happens in class 11th or 12th. Right? Those
Yeah,
students who are inquisitive in knowing about that which particular stream is good, which is not good, if they are confused about it, then definitely the counselor helps. They are the
mm.
only
Like
option in
because
this point.
because
They
I was
can
very
counsel
much
them
affected by this,
because they
when I
find
was
it
in class
out that
10th.
where the interest of the where the child is inclined in which field, what are the positives, they see the background results, and on the basis of that they just give the suggestion to the child that this is the best option for you for your career. That way they also
Yeah,
counsel.
Okay, now it's already 30 minutes and we'll have to end this session. We'll again sit next week. Great to
Thank
have
you.
you, Rajesh, to Meenal,
thank
and
you
we'll meet soon. Thank you for joining me.
Thank
thank you
you
for
so much
having me
for the
as well.
opportunity.
Bye.
Thank you, bye.
Good night.
From here also.
कि देखिए हम लोग प्रयागराज की सबसे पुरानी दुकान है मिठाई की सुलाफी उसके यहाँ अब लिए होगा लिए आप ये लिए
उनके परिवार और उन बच्चों से मुलाकात कर रहे हैं, उनका उत्साहवर्धन कर रहे हैं। हमारे साथ नंदी जी भी हैं और